Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Nur Aiman Shafiq bin Muhammad Rostam Fendi, and with me Muhammad Badrul Zaman bin Ali and Muhammad Abdul Muiz. Today we will present about the group discussion that we have done. So for the first question, transformer turn ratio, winding P, S and R ratio. First, we find the windings reset over windings P ratio, which is equals to 1 over the max minus 1. And we got the answer is 0.82. And for the NS over NP equals to V naught over Km D max VI minimum, V1 minimum, which is then we substitute 43 over 0.9 times 0.55 times 250 equals to 0.3475. And because the windings is inverted, we invert NP over NS less than equals to 1 over 0.3475, and we get the answer 2.878. Therefore, the answer is for the ratio, transformer ratio is 2:1:1. And next, we assume the switching frequency equals to 180 kilohertz. And for the output inductance value, IL DC minimum equals to 0.15 I rated. This is because we decide the percentage of CCM 15%, and delta IL less than equals to 2 IL DC minimum, and substitute the value. We got delta IL less than equals to 0.3 I not rated. Then we find the L minimum equals to V naught over 0.3 I naught rated times switching frequency times 1 minus NP over NS V naught over V1. And substitute the value, we get the answer for L is 38.359 millihenry. And we get a standard value 39 millihenry. That's all from me. I will pass my presentation to Muhammad Abdul Muiz.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Abdul Muiz bin Baharin, and I will explain first about the output capacitance value. So, for the voltage ripple of the output voltage, which is the 0.6%, which is where we can equal it to the 0.006. So, as the formula of delta voltage output, 0.006 times voltage output, then we get the 0.258. And as for the output capacitance, we use the formula, and as for the formula, we use the 0.3 and the I rated also, and we get the answer for the output capacitance, which is 12.11 microfarad. So as we know, the voltage ripple do not exceed the 0.6%. So as for the standard value, which is from the table, from the slide, we get the capacitor equal to 15 microfarad. And also the next delta voltage output, we get the 0.2083. And lastly, the percentage of the voltage ripple we get after 0.2083 divided by 43, we get 0.48%. Next, for the MOSFET voltage rating. So for the MOSFET voltage ratings, is equal to voltage initial, voltage primary, and voltage initial max. And the formula 1 plus primary winding over reset winding. So we get the answer, which is the 930 volt. So next, which is for the diode calculation. So we should know that there are 3 diodes in this calculation. So as for the peak voltage, for the first diode, we use secondary turn over reset turn times V voltage initial max. So as for the secondary turn, which is 1, and the reset turn, which is 1, times 310, we get the 310 volt. So for the diode 2, we use the secondary turn over primary turn times voltage initial max. So we get the answer 135 volt. So as for the diode 3, we use the peak voltage 1 plus uh, reset turn over primary turn times V initial max. So we get the answer 465 volts. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you very much. Next, I will pass to the Badrul Zaman.
Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So I will proceed with simulation. For our group project, we use Simulink to generate our circuit. So this forward converter. For input voltage, we use maximum voltage, which is 310. And for pulse generator, we set based on their duty cycle and frequency of period and pulse wave. And for transformer parameter, we set with their own turn numbers. So after run, we got for output voltage 42.99, which is almost equal to our input voltage, which is 43. And for our output current, we got 14.98, which is almost equal to 15, which is our input current rated. So for our current conductor graph, we got this one, this graph, which is same with our theory. And for switches, switching graph, we got the on off graph. So that's all from us. Thank you.